Some of you might love playing with slime. A slime is a viscous substance, that is, it has a thick and sticky consistency. You can neither call it a solid nor a liquid. So slime is a viscous substance which has a semi-solid state and a thick and sticky consistency. So therefore, the part of the earth that contains viscous substances is called mantle. Mantle is the second layer of the earth, and mantle is also called mesosphere, as it is the middle layer of the earth. Now, as you can see from the picture, mantle lies below thin outer crust and above superheated core. So, from the picture also it is very clear that the middle part, that is this part of the earth, is mantle. So, you can see that mantle lies below crust and above core. Now, what divides mantle from crust? Think of a fence. A fence acts as a separation between two fields or two farmlands. That is, it distinguishes two private properties like a field. So, just like a fence, discontinuity acts as a separation between different layers of the earth. So, what is a discontinuity? Discontinuity is a zone or a boundary where there is a sudden and significant change in physical properties. See, if we move from crust to mantle, there is a change in physical property, like its state changes, because we already know crust is in solid form and mantle is in semi-solid form. So, discontinuity is a zone which marks a transition between different layers of the earth. Now, the discontinuity that distinguishes crust and mantle is called Mohorovic discontinuity. So, Mohorovic discontinuity is a boundary between crust and mantle. So, as you can see from the picture, this dotted line is the boundary between crust and mantle, and the name of this boundary is Mohorovic discontinuity. So, Mohorovic discontinuity is the transition zone between crust and mantle. Now, let's look at the characteristics of mantle. Now, before we proceed with our lesson, can you help me to answer this question? Mohorovic discontinuity separates crust and what? Is it mantle, core, or lithosphere? Well, we just learned that Mohorovic discontinuity is the separation between crust and mantle. So, the correct option is mantle. So, let us continue with the second layer of the earth, that is mantle. Now, let's look at its characteristics. Mantle is composed of soft, viscous, molten rocks. I already discussed that the part of the earth that consists of viscous substances is called mantle. Now, we know that as depth increases, that is, as we move deeper into the earth, temperature rises, and due to this rise in temperature, the rocks present in mantle melts. So, we find molten soft rocks in mantle. Now, these rocks are rich in minerals like silicates. Now, silicate is a compound of silicon and oxygen, and the most abundant silicate found in mantle is olivine. O-L-I-V-I-N-E. So, this is the most abundant silicate found in mantle. Now, let's see how far this layer extends. the depth of mantle is approximately 2,900 kilometer. See, this is crust and the middle layer of the earth is mantle. So mantle lies below crust. So the thickness, that is this much, is 2,900 kilometer. Now let's see how hot this layer is. We know that temperature increases with increase in depth, and of course mantle is hotter than crust. And what is the temperature here? The temperature of mantle ranges from 1000 degrees centigrade near its boundary with the crust, that is here, and as we move deeper the temperature rises up to 3700 degrees centigrade near its boundary with the core. So here at this point the temperature rises up to 3700 degrees centigrade. Now let's look at another characteristic of mantle. So another feature of mantle is its density. Mantle is denser than crust, so therefore it lies below crust, and the density of mantle varies between 3.0 to 5.5 gram per centimeter cube. So these are the features of mantle. Mantle is composed of soft molten rocks, and these rocks are rich in silicates. The thickness of mantle is approximately 2,900 kilometers. The temperature of mantle ranges from 1000 degrees centigrade near its boundary with crust to 3700 degrees centigrade near its boundary with core. The density of mantle varies from 3 to 5.5 gram per centimeter cube. So we have already learned about the characteristics of mantle. Now let's learn more about mantle. Well, let me tell you that mantle is further subdivided into two parts. The upper part, that is called upper mantle, which is this one, the upper mantle, and lower mantle, which is this one. So from the picture you can see that mantle is divided into two layers, upper mantle and lower mantle, and upper mantle obviously lies above lower mantle. Now these two layers of mantle are not similar. So now let's discuss about the differences between upper and lower mantle. Well, as you can see from the picture, upper mantle extends from crust till here, and here the depth is 410 kilometer. Now lower mantle lies below upper mantle. So lower mantle extends from upper mantle till 2700 kilometer. Now let's learn about the second point of difference between upper mantle and lower mantle. Upper mantle is composed of soft and more ductile rocks, while lower mantle is composed of rigid and less ductile rocks. And why is it so? See, lower mantle lies below upper mantle, and we know that as depth increases, pressure and density increases, which makes the rocks rigid and less ductile, and therefore upper mantle is soft and more ductile, while the rocks in lower mantle is rigid and less ductile. So we learnt about the two divisions of mantle. Now let's continue with our lesson. So we just discussed that mantle is divided into two parts, upper mantle and lower mantle. Now apart from these two divisions, there is a weak zone in upper mantle, and it is called asthenosphere. As you can see from the picture, asthenosphere lies below lithosphere. See, this one is lithosphere and this part of upper mantle is asthenosphere. So upper mantle consists of both lithosphere and asthenosphere. So as you can see from the picture, lithosphere is a part of both crust and upper mantle. And upper mantle again consists of both lithosphere and asthenosphere. So these weak zone of upper mantle is asthenosphere. Now, why asthenosphere is a weak zone? This is because due to extreme temperature, the rocks become soft and they melt. Therefore, we have a weak zone in upper mantle, which is called asthenosphere. Now, we have already learnt in our previous lessons that seismic waves travel faster in solids and slower in liquids. So here we find that as we move from lithosphere to asthenosphere, there is a change in state because lithosphere is in solid form and asthenosphere is in semi-solid form. So here there is a change in state. So the speed or the velocity of the seismic waves changes, or rather it decreases, and therefore asthenosphere is also known as lower velocity zone. So here we learn that both lithosphere and asthenosphere are part of upper mantle, and asthenosphere lies below lithosphere, and asthenosphere is a weak part of upper mantle. So we just learned that asthenosphere lies below lithosphere. Now let us understand the difference between asthenosphere and lithosphere. So lithosphere is a part of both crust and uppermost part of mantle. So as you can see from the picture, lithosphere extends from here, which is a part of crust, till here, which is a part of upper mantle. And asthenosphere is the lower part of upper mantle. See from the picture, asthenosphere lies below lithosphere and it is the lower part of upper mantle. Another point of distinction between lithosphere and asthenosphere is their extension. See from the picture that lithosphere extends from the surface of the earth, that is from here, up to a depth of 200 kilometers approximately, while asthenosphere lies below lithosphere, so it extends from lithosphere up to a depth of 700 kilometers. Lithosphere comprises of solid rocks, while asthenosphere is composed of semi-solid rocks. Well, I already told you that due to extreme rise in temperature, the rocks partially melt and they become soft. So rocks in asthenosphere is found in semi-solid state. So we understood the differences between lithosphere and asthenosphere. Lithosphere is a part of both crust and upper mantle, while asthenosphere lies in the lower part of upper mantle. And lithosphere comprises of solid rocks, while asthenosphere comprises of soft molten rocks. Now, due to semi-solid state of asthenosphere, the solid rocks of lithosphere are not static, but they float on asthenosphere. So now let's see how these rocks move, or what causes these rocks to move. We already know that temperature increases with increase in depth, and the core is actually a superheated ball, and it heats the rocks and other materials lying above it. So the heated rocks, being lighter, moves up, while the cooler rocks lying above them, being denser and heavier, subsides or settles down. These rocks that settles down again gets heated up and rises up, and this process continues, setting up convectional currents in mantle. This convectional currents in mantle causes the crustal rocks to move or drip apart or even subside. This movement exposes the magma chamber that contains hot molten materials, and they eventually erupt as volcanoes. So these activities within the mantle defines the landscape of the earth found at its exterior. So we just learned that the activities within the mantle, that is the convectional currents within the mantle, defines the landscape of the Earth's surface. So due to volcanic eruptions, we can see various landforms on the Earth's surface. The hot molten liquid that comes out of a volcano is called a lava. This lava condenses on reaching the Earth's surface because the Earth's surface is comparatively cooler. Now the lava condenses and piles up on top of one another, leading to the formation of volcanic mountains. Here we have a picture of a volcanic mountain. And also sometimes lava gradually cools down over a vast area, leading to the formation of volcanic plateaus. So here we have a picture of a volcanic plateau. So volcanic mountains and volcanic plateaus are landforms that are caused due to activities within the mantles. So mantle is an important layer of the earth. So in this video we learnt about the second layer of the earth, that is mantle or mesosphere. We also discussed about its characteristics and the divisions of mantle, like mantle is divided into upper and lower mantle. And finally, we also discussed about asthenosphere, and we saw how asthenosphere is different from lithosphere. And finally, we also discussed about the importance of mantle. In our next video, we will discuss about the third and innermost layer of the earth, that is core. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers, or to get access to our 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million+ questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubt resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, but it's rewarding too. So register for free now.